But first up on the bulletin, big breaking news which is coming in. Remember, disturbing reports have been coming in from Afghanistan, and the very latest, they claim that Taliban has captured yet another province, and again they are inching closer to Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. The Logar province already has been captured is what we are picking up. The advancing further towards Kabul now. Taliban has captured the Logar province, which is just south of the Afghan capital. It is seen as a gateway to Kabul, which is why this has already raised the heckles across security agencies in the world. The entire community, international community, is watching the developments very, very closely, because there is a real threat now that a democratically elected government is going to be brought down by force of the Taliban. Let me go across to Pradeep Datta, who's joining us. Pradeep, there are some very disturbing reports that Taliban may be merely 15 kilometers away from Kabul. Is this one of those deciding moments in the struggle for democracy for Afghanistan?
Yes, in fact, very disturbing reports coming from Afghanistan. You rightly said that slowly and slowly they are inching towards Kabul. They've almost reached the gateway to Kabul, 15 kilometers short of Kabul. So it's going to be disturbing news for the whole of the world, especially India, because a reason being that we have seen that what actually the Taliban had did in 1919 and IC-814 was hijacked that time by Pakistan terrorists. And that time also Taliban had supported Jaish, now Jaish chief Masood Azhar, and they were in hobnobbing with Pakistan. And there is again an unholy nexus that is existing between Taliban, China and Afghanistan. At this stage, Pakistan doesn't want any footprint of Indians there, because they feel once Indians will be there, they will be having a strong foothold, because the kind of the work which Indians have done over the period of time, that's really good. And everybody knows how they have invested in Afghanistan. They have constructed buildings, they have constructed hospitals, and not only that, but also educational institutions. Though Taliban spokesperson, while talking to ANI, a news agency, they have said that they will be appreciating the India's role. But one can't trust Taliban, because hardly anything seems to have changed so far as their mindset is concerned, because we have seen wherever they are trying to have their control, atrocities against women and children are once again being committed, and they are harassing people who had been listening to the account from the people who had fled from Afghanistan. They are saying how they are trying to abduct them, asking for ransom. Many of them have abandoned their homes. They are fleeing for safety. So that's a matter of concern. The second thing is that once the Taliban will be having control over Afghanistan, definitely it's going to encourage and embolden secessionist elements in Kashmir Valley. Also, already we have started seeing change. That's one of the reasons that raid was conducted on Jamaat-e-Islami. Jamaat-e-Islami, that was lying low for some time, all of a sudden with the resurgence of Taliban in Afghanistan, they also started once again playing those dirty games where they were trying to use that money for terror-related activities. And the third thing is that what is worrying India is that once Taliban will be there, there is every chance that Pakistan will try to rehabilitate Taliban, because the only thing Taliban know is that they know to fight, because they don't know how to govern or have a good governance in that region. So they will try to divert those Talibans towards Indian Kashmir, infiltrate them in there to stoke trouble. So that is the third concern. Already we have seen the world community is concerned about that. Everybody is scrambling right now to ensure the evacuation of their staff members there. United States have gone to the extent of saying that people to burn their documents, because they do not want secret documents to fall into the hands of Taliban, because they are just 15 kilometers short of Kabul right now. That's the capital of Afghanistan, because that was the only safest place concerned. Those who had been suffering in Herat, Kandahar and other areas, they had fled to Kabul. They thought that this is going to be the best and the safe place for them. But now it seems that Kabul is also falling, because Ghani's forces failed to have a grip over the country, and things seems to be slipping from their hands and falling into the kitty of Taliban. And Taliban is enjoying the tacit and military support of Pakistan as well as China, who is diplomatically trying to support them, not realizing that it is like feeding.
Do stay on with us. Let's also get our viewers some of these visuals which have been coming in, and this is very disturbing, because the Taliban has started its Voice of Sharia radio transmission. This has started from Kandahar. Remember, Kandahar had fallen to Taliban some time back, and now it's taken control of the radio as well as the television station building, so that they can broadcast at will their own propaganda. Now we have the visuals which are coming in, where you can see the Voice of Sharia. That is the name of the radio show which they are broadcasting, and they are giving out lessons as per what they call the Sharia has been preaching. Let me go across to Colonel RSN Singh. This is precisely what is worrisome, not just the violence, the violent takeover of a country, but also how the economic, the entire social fabric of the nation is changing under the Taliban rule, especially what it means for women.
You know, strategically speaking, whatever happens with Taliban is going to have reverberations all over the world because its geostrategic location is such. North you have Central Asia, in the west you have, Iran, and then West Asia, and then you have on the east you have China, and then in the South Asia. So, whatever happens in Afghanistan, it is bound to have a lot of repercussions from Russia, Iran, Central Asian countries, China, and most importantly, India. Unfortunately for us, that yes, the Pakistan and we know the relationship between Pakistan and Taliban, where they were nurtured, how they were provided safe havens. So are we, our concern is that, that there will be ripples of this, of this new wave of jihad in India. There is absolutely no doubt about it. And the ripples, the first impact will be felt in Kashmir. I can predict that. And what Pradeep was saying, yes, there elements like Jamaat-e-Islami and even maybe Al-Qaeda, and they will all be emboldened. Remember, at some level, all these groups, they are connected with each other. The only difference is, that their area of influence and recruitment is different. Otherwise, philosophically, they are same. So let's see how it, But I'm so shocked that the world is so helpless. The world is so helpless. The Western world is so helpless.
What do you expect this to happen? Colonel Singh, that is one of the problems. Very categorically, India has said it will reach out to Afghanistan, give whatever support possible, but not military support. What do you expect the world leaders to do at a time like this, when it almost seems that all may just be lost right now?
See, most of the Western countries, they are indirectly impacted by, global jihad. India is the only country which is directly impacted by Pak-sponsored global jihad. I dare say Pak-sponsored global jihad. So that is why I say that the decisions that you take, it does not have to be, it does not have to be predicated on what the West thinks. I'm not talking about military intervention. But for God's sake, we need some kind of an independent thinking. You can't be using the same vocabulary, strategic vocabulary or the geopolitical vocabulary as the Western countries. Because I see that the heat of that fire will be felt from, just a week hence. I can already see the signs.
Absolutely.
If you have Sharia there, if you have, that kind of, medieval type of, jingoistic and, the jihadi variety of Islam, you think there will be no impact on India? So that is why I say that whenever you carry,
the fires of Afghanistan are going to singe across nations, perhaps even India as well, because the repercussions of Pakistan harboring the Taliban, these radical terrorists, the radical Islamist terrorists in their backyard, they are perhaps going to use them against India as well, which is why India too has taken cognizance repeatedly. It's saying that we are not going to recognize any government which is taken over a country by military force. Keep tracking the developments on that front, Pradeep. Thank you so much for joining us.